Hey guys, I just read this book called How We Learn by Stanislas Dehaene, and I want to share with you this concept he has about these four pillars of learning. So the first concept is attention, and this is basically when you are in a learning environment to put your attention and don't let your mind wander onto other things. So it's so easy to have a video on or to be in a classroom and just let the sounds go in one ear and out the other, but that's something you have to do, is put your attention on what you're learning. You don't want to get to the end of a page and realize you've read an entire page and have no idea what you read. The second is active engagement. A lot of these apps and websites are really good at gamifying things and making them more fun, but it's really just the involvement with the ideas that you're actually practicing them. So if there's any little exercises, do them. If there's any way that you can do the process of whatever it is you're learning, then do that. It will stick so much stronger in your brain. But you also need feedback. You need to know where your mistakes are to work on your weak points and go after them. And again, with online programs, a lot of them will figure that out for you and figure out what your weak points are and what you need to review. They have so many of these algorithms now for best memory retention. It seems like keeping things right on the edge of knowing them and forgetting them, that's the point when you really want to reinforce it, and it will make it stronger in your brain. So you don't want to just necessarily repeat something every day. You want to space it out and space it out more and more, so you can go, at some point you can go months without refreshing and rehearsing the knowledge or the practice, and it'll be there still very strong. But mistakes are wonderful. They really are the process that allows your brain to figure out what is working and what it needs to change. Consolidation is really this physical process in time of the brain becoming more and more comfortable with the knowledge and being able to use it and apply it and to see it from different angles. So rest is really the essential component for consolidation, and time, of course. There are different kinds of rest I want you to think about. So the deepest one is your deep sleep at night. So what this means is that your brain is really reinforcing the concepts, reviewing them in the deepest layers of sleep. So it makes sense to do what you're studying most in the evening. What you do in the last few hours before you sleep is going to really stick with you a lot stronger. But other ways throughout the day, if you are studying and you just want to take a small break, it can mean taking a break from whatever it is you're studying to go for a walk, to go eat something. That is a form of rest. And also you could even just study a different subject. Switching to a different subject is resting the part of the brain that was, like if you're studying history and then you switch to math, that is technically a form of rest for history. But I wouldn't say it's the strongest form of rest. So naps are great, even anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. You don't have to sleep, just closing your eyes. You don't even have to be lying down. It's restful for the mind because vision uses so much of the brain's processing power that just closing your eyes, you're going to be resting a lot of the brain. And then also meditation, I also recommend. It's a different form of rest from napping and even from sleeping, it seems. Two other books on this subject I recommend are Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker and When by Daniel H. Pink. So I would say work in chunks of, say, 15 minutes up to an hour, whatever feels like the right pace for you, and take a break at that point, because beyond that you're just going to be wasting your time. Also, the minimum, I would say anything is better than nothing. Even 2 to 5 minutes of reviewing a concept is something. It uses that part of the brain, but I recommend at least 15 to 20 minutes to get really into the flow of whatever it is you're studying. Now, having these concepts and working with them as you study even just a small tweak in one of these can make a huge difference. But I want to put an idea out to you that you may not have considered, but which is accessible to most people nowadays, and that is, instead of just not passively, you can do the exercises, but instead of just absorbing a concept and from a video or from an app, what about making your own video, your own app? I find, as I've done this a few times now, I made a software course for Manga Studio, Clip Studio Paint, and now I'm doing a course on James Joyce's Ulysses. And both courses, after making them, or I'm in the process of one, but as I do that, I realize that you know the concepts so much better. And it doesn't entirely matter if it's the best course in the world. It will force you to look at each of these elements, and it will just create pockets of memory that will linger forever. So you're going to know the concepts so much better. Though maybe you've never considered yourself a video person or somebody to do videos on YouTube or another platform, but I want you to consider it because it will improve your knowledge of your subject to be able to teach it to other people. It's using all of these four elements. One, your attention's going to be on the subject even more, because if you don't know it, if you can't explain it, then you have to think about it. Two, active engagement. You're creating material, thinking about it from the perspective of a new learner. It's going to be actively engaging you, and then you're going to get feedback also as people comment. They ask questions, you can think about it, see what you don't know. And finally, it's going to consolidate it and spread it out over time, because no significant course can be done overnight. They take at least a few days for the most part. You're going to have to film it, actually write it, film it, edit it, and then release it. So sometimes I make a video and I watch it over and over, so it'll hammer the concepts into your head. So there you go. I hope these concepts will help you as you continue to learn and teach perhaps. And I hope to see you in the future. Bye.